Good morning, welcome back. Davis Drives on YouTube, I'm JW Davis. We made it past Father's Day. Father's Day, happy Father's Day in case you guys didn't catch any of the other videos. Hope everybody had a great holiday, spent some time with their family, friends, and Father's Day is a tough time for us, so I don't even know what to say. A little jumbled up on my words, but we made it through and did the best we could. So for those that don't know or those that aren't regular followers, my father started this business in 1976, following by his father starting the repair business 20 years prior to that, basically. So 70 years in the automotive business, and worked with my dad side by side every day for all my life, ever since I started working when I was a little kid to working almost full time at like 12 years old. Summer, after school, got dropped off the school bus. Spent every minute I could, and he was a big influence on my life. And you know, I took the business kind of over, started running things, changed up the way we did things a little bit. He still came into work every day until he passed. So Father's Day is a little bit of a tough time for that. And I had a lot of other people drop comments, call, send text. You know, when you lose that part of your family, it's tough. It's very tough. So always memories around here. Unfortunately, he didn't get to see a lot of the new stuff happen and the new phase of things in life for a lot of us. But, you know, he's still here in spirit, and we feel that very strongly because we're very fortunate in the way things happen. So this morning, we'll do a little walkthrough over here. It is a little rainy and dewy, but we got a break in the weather. AJ spent some time over here Saturday cleaning up and organizing. We got a few of the big boys out front. And again, anything you see in this video pretty much should be for sale. I think we're pretty caught up on the sold stuff. Triple stack racks are all filled up like they're supposed to be. We got one little spot right there. What was there? Oh, that's right. Yep, got one other truck moved out. We won't make it across today, but we do have some Lamborghinis in that building. If you guys haven't seen them yet, check those out. We'll get in the Squarebody building in just a second. We're gonna walk around back here because I want you guys to see some of the commercial inventory. And I appreciate you guys paying attention. Perfect example. And I think we're going to transition a lot more things to YouTube. The website works really well. Facebook works really well. eBay works really well. But we have found that I think our customers are a little bit more apt when they see a vehicle, see the video, see it live. Most of the stuff we sell, just like that truck there or any of the square bodies, they kind of sell themselves. They're, you know, if you get the right product, it's not hard. But I enjoy the customers that follow the channel because you guys have been following along with us. So I feel like giving you guys first dibs compared to, like I said, Facebook. We put a Squarebody on Facebook. We got hundreds of messages within an hour. An OBS crew cab, that wasn't on the website. It wasn't on Facebook. This man reached out from Texas, right, AJ? Texas. AJ was dealing with him. He had some specific questions. He wanted some additional videos. He literally saw me walk past it the other day in a video and say, hey, this is going to be for sale. I was saving that for a big build, whether it been a SEMA build, whether it been a show truck build. You don't find OBS trucks without rust. That was a rust-free truck that we knew basically all the history on from the woman that owned it. And I think we've been working on it since like 2000, maintaining it for her. Suburban. You guys know the story on that one. I bought that to make it into my replacement Suburban for the one that I sold unexpectedly that we built a year and a half ago roughly. Decided to build the red Squarebody instead. That is an amazing truck. Haven't done anything with it other than just fix a bunch of little nook and cranny miscellaneous things. If somebody's looking for a very solid family Suburban, this would be the one. It doesn't have to be lifted. It doesn't have to be crazy. This truck was actually gone over by a GM technician that owned it prior to me getting it. So our part of things was much better than normal. You can hear how good the doors close. It's an all-there Suburban. It's not a rust bucket. It has had a repaint in life. It does have a set of 35-inch tires on factory wheels. For those that ask, does that fit? That does fit. They're full. And it probably has a little leveling spring. It does. It does have a leveling spring, so about 2 inches of lift with 35s, double shock system from the factory. That's one of my favorites, and I really, now that AJ's got it out, I might drive that truck a little bit. That particular tractor is not one that's for sale, but it is pretty cool. We are a dealer for that Lane Shark front mower system. Sold several of them to the government, but that particular tractor is not for sale. That's ours. But when that thing is rigged up with a bush hog behind it and that on the front, you can do some clearing. But we do have a couple Kubotas currently, 2301s or 2501s for sale. They are non-cab units, and they are on the website. Big bucket truck in the back, the KW rollback. Right now we've got every manufacturer of rollback except for Hino in stock. Big, small, and in between, but that is a heavy duty equipment delivery truck. That is an over CDL truck. It's one of the few that we have currently in our tow trucks over CDL. That's a 33,000 pound truck. So if you want to carry skid steers or anything like that, you can. Single driver truck since the day it was new. Really, really nice, clean truck. So for one of our pre-owned with miles, that is a great truck. Freightliner sitting back there that we were previously using. Dave's getting all these things started up and organized. AJ did a killer job over here. As you know, you can usually not even walk over here. This place at some points, guys, and that's why I'm trying to thin down on some of this overflow inventory, because sometimes you can't even get in that gate. We have so much stuff in here. And I guess this parking area here alone holds probably 100 vehicles. There's times where you can't even get inside that gate, and we've got stuff lined up all across the front. So things come in batches. Things go out in batches. Like I said, we had 5 or 6 trucks hanging, waiting on little finishing touches that have finally finished and got out of here. The grass spray worked good. Yeah. I think some of it washed away over here, though. You can see a big difference. We got caught with rain as Calvin was finished spraying for weeds. So I don't know what areas got sprayed and what didn't, but we'll be able to know in a few days. Little TerraStar, very affordable rollback that we actually built. This was a beverage truck. We converted it over. Matter of fact, TJ's got to replace a hood latch on this one. Remember that. That just came in. They're back by Christian's desk. We put a brand new bid on that, and then I sold this to the government. It's hardly ever been used. So that's almost like buying a brand new rollback with a used cab, because it is basically a brand new rollback with a used cab. Couple little snatch trucks. We got the red Ford over at the other building. We got the Dodge here. There's a white Dodge around here somewhere. Yep, right over there. So if somebody looking for that, that's great. Duramax, bucket trucks, knuckle boom truck. Christian needs to get that online. That did not get put online last week. Send him a picture of that one. Christian is back. Guys, Christian made his way back from his vacation, and he has got a stack of paperwork on his desk a mile long. This truck's got a little bit of rust, but it's a good running driving truck. Great project, great farm truck, great inexpensive square body truck. Heck, you could buy this in the two-wheel drive and put the two together and have one heck of a combination. I told you guys in one of the videos or the live, the military truck here has sold. We did get paid for that, and the guy spent a little bit of extra money, and he asked that we completely wash the truck from top to bottom with our high pressure washer, stripping all the grease and undercarriage debris off, the motor off. He expects, obviously because of age, it's going to have some leaks. He just wants to see what he's working with, and he wants to replace the seat and replace the dash. So Daniel has the dash up at the shop. We're going to get that stuck in. We're going to pull this seat out. We've got one ready at the bed liner shop. We got ready at the upholstery shop. We got a lot of shuffling to do today, but we're going to redo the seat, and he wants to put some extra padding here, of course, and build this up pretty heavy. So that's what we're going to do there. And those were really his requests. And actually, I think we're going to probably pull this out and give it a thorough wash out of the inside too. And I think he's going to line exit. Go do a pretty cool project with this truck. He wanted us to go further with body and paint and other things like that, but unfortunately time restraints just won't permit that. But the few things that we could address for him, like the cleaning, like the seat, like the dash, no problems whatsoever. That's a startup, run, drive, diesel, military truck with a title. So that worked out really well for him. I think he's in Florida, if memory serves me right. So doing the project from afar. and then he'll travel up and either pick it up or have it transported. Let's make our way into the Squarebody building. For you international fans. So we should have some racking starting going up. I have not heard from them today yet, but they did come and draw a diagram, and pretty much I gave them a quick explanation of what I was thinking, and they were spot on with what I was thinking. So we're going to do these 2 sections or these 3 sections first, and I should have took a picture of his diagram so AJ could have inserted it. What I'm referring to here is, this is where we're going to have the 3-wheelers on display. And I decided I kind of want them at this height because, as you can see looking here, all of these trucks could back underneath this beam. So if it comes out, then goes up with some supports, we'll be able to catch this beam right here. So we'll have supports and there'll be no legs on the floor. So nothing we can accidentally bump into. That was really, really crucial about, I wanted nothing on the floor. I could put racking in here, just put some pallet racking. That'd be an easy fix. That wasn't what I was going for. I wanted a much more professional look. I wanted the bikes looking like they're hovering. I wanted the trucks not to lose any space in here because we're already short on space. At the end of the day, we don't have enough indoor room as it is. So I think that's going to work out really good using all black metal. Should be perfect. Don't know. It's one of those things I don't think has ever been done before. And the 3-wheeler, if you can just picture a 3-wheeler sitting just like this, it's going to be up and angled. So not only can you see the side of the bike, which to me is the most impressive, seeing the tank and the different colors, but also you'll be able to see the back of the bike, which also is where a lot of the decals are. So trying to display the best side of the bike other than having it on the ground, because we don't have any more ground space. So that should come together over the next few days. I figured he'd be here this morning. They usually get an early start. We did a pretty thorough walkthrough in here the other day, but it was once again on our live. You guys might not have seen it, but do have a customer traveling on Thursday or Friday to look at this one. We did have a customer send a deposit on the bronze truck, and he's supposed to travel in, do a walk around, make sure there's nothing else he wants to do to that one. So just remember, AJ, make sure the battery's good and trickle charger if necessary. You guys know on this tan and brown one behind AJ here, we decided to keep this one for a little while. This is the extremely low mileage, very original truck. So we're going to bring you guys a bunch of documentation on this one. Probably will get Kenny involved. You know, Kenny's, I haven't told you guys, Kenny's been a little under the weather. So I think we'll get him involved going over this truck and some of the oddities of it, including the two-tone coloring, the way things have been painted, and also pointing out, as he's very good about, the originality of things on the truck. So we'll bring you guys a lot of content on that one because, as I've told you before, it's one of those things you can't recapture it after it's gone. And you can see a lot of the stuff where the color is two-toned under the hood. Some really strange stuff. So hopefully he can give us a little bit of enlightenment because he does go back a touch more generational than we do. The 87 Grandpa truck, 22,000 original mile, 4-speed Silverado appearance package with custom deluxe interior. That truck is still available. What can I tell you about that one? AC works, 350 motor, of course 87, a V10, not a K10, but a completely original truck. We went over this truck. You scroll back, look at the video. Grandpa Special is the keywords on it. Me and Kenny picked this truck apart, more him than me, going over all the little details. Pretty cool. Brown Blazer, do have somebody that says they're going to buy 2 of these trucks from us, and hopefully we'll see a deposit and we'll get things finished up on that one. Not much to do. Stick the air filter back on. I think the carburetor's been cleaned. I think everything else is good. Bidzilla, once the weather breaks, we'll get her out, get the tires and wheels unloaded. We're going to also build some shelving for some tires and wheels. That's going to be in section number 3. 79 F-150 is still available. Really haven't had a ton of interest in that, but I know you guys on the channel here are more my Squarebody fans, not my Ford fans, but still a cool truck nevertheless, and a very rust-free Florida truck. Grimace. Grimace has continued to steal the hearts of people. I still see people screenshotting and sending me videos where this thing was shared. We really have only had it out to one event. That's the crazy part. Seems like we've been traveling around and doing stuff with it. We've had it at one event solely. So we're pretty proud of that. That it's gotten so much exposure so quick. And we have had one photo op done with it and video for a videographer that has a YouTube channel as well. And we mentioned that on our last live, and I believe he was on our last live. Great guy, did some really good content. He's actually bringing us some gear. He upgraded some of his gear. We're purchasing some of his old gear, so we will have some more GoPros and some more stuff to help capture some content here very soon, which will be very, very, very helpful for us because we never have the right stuff at the right time. I decided on the Bronco against Barrett Jackson, but one cool thing that we did have done, we did go ahead and have this truck VIN number validated. Because of the fact when they did the paint on this truck, they did lose the VIN number wherever it is on these, in the door jamb, somewhere that it should have had it. So we actually had a DNV inspector, investigator, whatever you want to call it, come out and validated the frame VIN number and our title. And AJ actually worked with them and learned a little bit. Pretty cool, the locations of the VIN numbers. They went around, cleaned, determined, and validated the title. Most people would not take the time to do that. Part of that was because I was thinking about sending it to Barrett Jackson, and I said, you know what, we don't want a title issue to pop up after the fact. Let's do it now. So I'm glad we did it. We took the time to do it. But I'm also glad we did not send the vehicle because an auction presence of this truck or looking at it in pictures compared to what you normally receive are two different things. This truck is extremely nice. A lot of the stuff that crosses the block looks nice and it's cobbled up crap. We're very aware of that. And I'm not just pointing out Barrett Jackson. Barrett Jackson, Meekum, a lot of these other high-end auctions. Not taken away from them. They sell some primo stuff. But they're also desperate for vehicles because there's a shortage of nice vehicles. So a lot of stuff rolls across, lipstick on a pig, looks good from the surface, does not look good in person. You get a few beers in you, you're at the auction, you miss those things. Or you do like us and buy online and you get very disappointed. So I've decided that truck, I'm going to shake the man's hand that buys it, or I'm going to FaceTime the man, or we're going to ship it to the person. One way or the other, they're going to see the real deal about this truck because this truck is impressive. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We just don't have the Ford following, but this truck, the way it's been built, the way it's been put together, the attention to detail, the things that have been done when you look at it, the way the screws are, the way the trim is, it's just much nicer than most. And it would make an excellent Coyote swap. But just look at the hardware. All nice matching hardware. All nice matching hardware. And again, I'm not a Bronco fan. My brother is, but Flamin' River steering shaft. We replaced the steering box with a red head. It had the original steering box still on this truck. Nice little loom straps for the wiring. Just all around clean work down to every piece of it, whether it be mechanical, cosmetic, I mean, all your stuff here. Just really good. Hood closes nice. The Land Rover, about time for this to go to a new home. Again, not our forte, but a 71 Land Rover. Restored by one of the most prestigious restoration companies there is. And I would say this was a six-figure restoration looking at his work. And where's it at here? Just gonna mention the name so you guys can look, but I don't think it's on here. If you call and talk to Mike though, he knows 100% the place that did it, and they were the gurus of these vehicles, knowing the ins and outs, knowing how to do a good factory restoration, and there it is. A really, really, really cool piece. This Squarebody is getting the Davis 1.0 package. Got to confirm that deal today with the customer. He's got a trade-in. We got some paperwork to do. But going to go 8 inches, 35s, steering, track bar, all the other good upgrades that are common on these. And hopefully he'll enjoy the truck. He is not that far away. Carolina customer. Got a few people over there we got to get to. Short bid on 44s. And I believe we may have the right customer for this one. Matter of fact, we might have 2 right customers for this one that want to lower this truck down. So waiting on some responses this morning. Might already have those responses. Need to go check some emails. And then the black show truck. And the elephant in the room, the big red truck. We have decided we're pretty much going to leave the tires and wheels and setup on this truck. Daniel has wheels finally coming in or very close to coming in as far as his production combination, and I want to put that on my truck, which is where these came from, which was one of the personal show trucks. So if you guys are interested in that truck at that size, great. If you want to lower it down, you know the deal. 8 inches 35s would be awesome. Leave it at 12 inches and 40s. Once again, 2.0 package. Before this red truck here leaves, I will make sure we get a picture and video of 1.0 beside 2.0. And hopefully we'll do a video with Daniel and Brian showing the differences in those 2 kits, because it does make it very easy to price. Of course, we want to be a la carte. They want to sell you what you want. We want to sell you what you want. But at the same time, when you want the most Mac Daddy combination that we can put together, the 1.0 and 2.0 kind of covers it. Between the steps, the steering, the track bar, the brake lines, the shock style, the steering stabilizer style, the drive shaft modifications. Got that pretty much down to a science with an 8-inch setup and a 12-inch setup. So again, that's the 1.0 versus 2.0. Side-by-sides, let's get them going. I want the space. We've got stuff over in Showroom 1. We've got stuff I've got stored away at our other overflow building. We need to get a little bit of room, and summer is here. Thank goodness it's not too hot in this building today. But as soon as that sun comes out, it gets baking hot inside here. So if you guys need to kiln dry something, if y'all doing some ceramic work or something, you can bring it and put it in this building. It'll do it for you, because it's usually about 20 to 25 degrees hotter in here than it is outdoors. So we don't want to have to be in and out of here any more than we need to. Thanks, guys. That's kind of your Monday wrap up. Again, hope you guys had a happy Father's Day. Hope you got to spend some time with your family. And we're on to another busy work week. A lot going on. We got to pick the monster truck up from the church from the weekend. Raymond's got to go run a few errands and pick some things up. We've got interior shop. We need to go by and check on the body shop. 2 body shops, actually, we got projects that we need to check on. We've got to get to the stereo shop. We got a lot of shuffling to do. Bedliner shop. A lot of trucks coming, a lot of trucks going, a lot of projects finishing up. We thank each and every one of you guys as a customer. And again, I think we're going to start switching around the platform a little bit. I think you guys are going to see everything here first, because a lot of times when customer calls, it's a lot less questions to answer. It's a lot easier. You can get straight to me with these vehicles, because again, you guys know I'm trying to point out everything that I know, everything that we see, whether it be good, whether it be bad. So I think our platform situation is going to switch it up a little bit. So thanks, guys. Appreciate the support.